Oh, you guys, see, before we get started, this hair, the only thing with this hair, I know is every week is something with this hair, huh? But the thing with this hair is it take about 3 days for the hair to floof up and be right. This day 2, so we ain't quite made it there. So, we almost there, but we not quite there. So, we moved out of the Pootie Tang stage and we on to like Richard Ramirez. You guys know who the Night Stalker is? Y'all Google him if you're not familiar. I'm sure if you're from LA though, you remember. Just be patient. We just got to get through these next few days and then we gonna look right again. What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. All right, you guys, so first story up today. It has been all the talk all week since this past weekend when Tamar Braxton had a show in, where was she? Was she in Chicago? I don't remember where she was, but, Tamar is on this Love and War tour. It's the anniversary of the song or the album, and, that's probably her biggest album to date. So she is on a tour, and apparently Tamar invites people in, some just to join her with the festivities, depending on the city and oh no, it wasn't Chicago. Anyway, that's not the important part. She invites people to her shows, some to perform, others to just come apparently. And this is where the little mix-up came. So we ain't knew nothing about it, but apparently Tamar had been invited. Chrisean Rock, I can't even believe I'm talking about Chrisean Rock, you guys. I feel like as a 52-year-old woman that it doesn't even really make sense for me to really sit on this damn internet and talk about the love relationships of a 22, 23-year-old girl. Like, she's Jada's age. Like, really, am I that? Why would I even care that much about somebody that young? They going through relationship issues, even though hers is completely different. But they're young kids, they going through relationship issues, and everybody is so obsessed, Chrisean Rock seems to appeal to so many people, especially the young people. They love Chrisean Rock. The girl can do no wrong. And then us older folks are just a little perplexed. We don't understand it. We don't get it, So, and because I don't get it at all, I just prefer not to even discuss it, talk about it. I'm just like, no. I was talking to Deborah the other day and she wanted to talk about Chrisean. I was like, Deborah, when I call you, I don't want to talk about Chrisean Rock, okay? That cannot be our conversation for a 30-minute phone call. It's Chrisean Rock. We not doing it, okay? Thank you. So, it pains me to have to talk about it today, but we have to, you guys, because this week has just been crazy. I've just been watching from the sidelines. I haven't really been paying much attention to it, but even the parts that I've been seeing, I just been like, what the hell is going on? Why is it so hard for us to find out what exactly happened on that night? And you guys, it looks like this doesn't happen often, but it looks like we might be in a situation where there absolutely were no cameras in the location where they had this alleged spat. And I say that because we still don't have a video. Nothing has surfaced. That lets me know that there is no camera footage of this. So now you have a case of he say, she say. And it's really just now the witnesses who were in that room, the people that experienced Chrisean Rock's wrath. So apparently, I'm gonna tell you guys, let me figure out how the best way to explain this. Let me tell you first how we found out about the story. So there was a guy, I'm sorry I didn't get his name, but he is definitely on Tamar's team. He is the one that came out originally and told us he was super pissed. He said that it was going to be his life's mission to put Chrisean Rock in jail because she had acted a fool behind the stage at the concert and ended up hitting James Rice Chanel in his nose, busted his nose, fucked his teeth up, and he was so mad, okay? And when he did that, that's what jumped off this whole mix-up. Now, I think that if he hadn't have done that, then maybe they would have tried to handle this differently. And I think that him doing that kept them from being able to kind of smush this, since there was really no footage. So what happened was, apparently, depending on who you ask, Tamar says that she invited Chrisean Rock to her concert in this city, and that, you know, she just had no intentions of having Chrisean Rock perform, because she had Toni Braxton that was coming, and she knew that that was going to be a big enough draw for anything. So she didn't need to have anybody else. It was a sold out show. She didn't need to have Chrisean Rock perform. And apparently Chrisean Rock, as far as Tamar was concerned, was supposed to be a part of some twerk session. Apparently they have a twerk contest or something, you know, where they have audience participation. They have people come up there and twerk and dance and all of that, you know, just a little fun. And apparently she was supposed to be a part of that. And what I heard originally, the very first time when I started hearing this story, I don't think Tamar said this, but I heard it from somebody. They said that Chrisean Rock was supposed to go out on stage for the twerk session. They couldn't find her at the time because she was supposedly up at the front of the venue trying to get a friend of hers in. So she wasn't where she was supposed to be when it was time for her to go on stage for her twerk session. So apparently afterwards, she got her people in or whatever, that got that situated, came back and was ready to go out on stage. And she found out that no, she's not going on stage, and she was upset and got into a confrontation with I guess Tamar, James, the guy who's the manager for the tour. They were all in one room together with Chrisean Rock, and you know that apparently this is when she hit him. So it was only like 3 or 4 people in the room, okay? But she hit him and left, okay? Even left before the police got there. So nobody was able to, well, they apparently did get a police report, but they did not charge, you know, Chrisean or anything. So that was the first story that we heard. Of course, on Chrisean Rock's side, she's acting perplexed and confused. Okay, like, what are you guys talking about? None of that happened as far as she's concerned. You know, she was upset because they told her that she was going to be performing her song, or at least that's what she assumed. And then all of a sudden she's not able to perform her song. So she was upset about that. Okay. But you guys, I just don't know. I'm trying to figure out Tamar's line of thinking, and you know that's very difficult to do. But you know, I don't know why Tamar would invite Chrisean Rock. That's not true. Tamar invited Chrisean Rock because Tamar wanted to have like the excitement, the sensation, you know, her saying that she felt like she's a little sister. You know, she feels like all of our little sisters. I was like, she doesn't feel like my little sister. She may feel like your little sister, Tamar. But it's just sort of like, you don't know that girl. You already see all of the chaos and the calamity that surrounds her anytime you're around. You invited that girl to your show. You have an R&B album. This is your Love and War tour. You know, like, really, where does Chrisean Rock fit into that lineup? Or, you know, just this whole audience, the people, it is not, that was not going to be Chrisean Rock's crowd. However, Tamar likes all of that. You know, Tamar likes to be in shit, even though she swears she don't. She swears she don't. She may not like to be in it, but it's something, there's like a toxicity that pulls her to that side. Like always just drawn into some bullshit. Okay? Every time you hear Tamar's name, it is never around anything good. It's always some shit that's been mixed up in it. And I know she got to be exhausted, you guys. But she thought it was a good idea to invite this girl. Whether or not to perform, that's up to you to decide. Do you think that they wanted that girl to perform? Keep my words together. I ain't had no coffee, y'all, so I'm a little anxious. But do you think that they would invite that girl to come and perform at, you know, at her thing? Or do you think that is it more in line with Chrisean's brand to have her in a twerk contest? See, the thing is, you can see both sides. That's why it's hard to believe it. I mean, believe whether or not they had asked her to perform or not, okay? The hitting is not hard to believe, okay? We know that Chrisean Rock is from the swing first, ask questions later school of thought. And so it's not surprising to think that she would haul off and hit James Wright Chanel in the nose, okay? That's very on brand for her. But we don't have any proof. All we have are people that are saying it. So we had the guy that originally came out, then Tamar, she finally said it, you know, crying, weeping, I wish that she had hit me, you know. Why do you wish that I'm glad she didn't hit you, because, child, we don't know how we was going to reconstruct all that. You know, so no. All right. We still haven't seen James's face. That's another part that's annoying me about this story. Is just sort of like, you guys are doing all this talking, because even James got on live and he wouldn't put his face on the camera because he said that it just looks really horrible. He's not going to have those images out of him. But apparently she chipped his tooth, busted his nose. So I'm assuming that if his nose was busted, that he probably has a black eye or black eyes. But we haven't seen it, you know, and he still has not pressed charges. And it's just sort of like, what? And as the days go on and no charges get pressed, then Chrisean gets bolder and bolder and bolder. You know, she gets to the point now, she's just like, everybody is clout chasing. I was just like, you know what? If I live to see another fucking day, I don't ever want to hear that word clout. I don't want to hear clout chase or nothing. People put so much stock into themselves. Yes, Chrisean Rock is the girl of the hour right now. But people don't need to, people that are already established, see, this is what this new generation, not all of them, but a lot of young people in the new generation don't realize, don't understand that nobody needs you for clout like that, okay? You know, Tamar don't need her for clout, really, and neither does definitely Toni Braxton don't. Tamar don't even, okay? Everybody knows who Tamar is. We don't need Chrisean Rock, but they start getting, she gets this bold way of thinking, and it's just sort of like she's invincible. She says that, you know what, nothing's going to happen to her because God has covered her. I said, this girl then went to somebody's church down there in LA. You know, my goddaughter goes to the same church as her. You know, they all love her. They all love her. They done twisted up the gospel and got her confused and said that, you know, God is always going to cover her because she's God's child. Listen, we all God's children and all, but somebody needs to explain to her favor. God is not going to be taking you out of situations where you was completely wrong and covering you because you his favorite or you his kid or something. Sometimes you got to learn a lesson. But the fact that nobody has pressed any charges, that's all I want to hear at this point. Otherwise, what the hell y'all keep talking about it? Okay, press charges or shut up. Okay. Now, I think the most, the one that really explained the whole story to us was the tour manager, the guy that made the last video that we saw, and he explained in detail what happened. He said that, you know, just what I said. The show was completely over, and the girl was like, she was about to go out on stage, and Tamar was like, why are you going out on stage? And she was like, because I'm performing. And they were like, no, you're not. And that's where the back and forth happened. You know, Tamar, James, Chrisean, and this other gentleman who's explaining the story, the manager, he said they all went to another room. So they're sort of like kind of going into a closet almost, where you're not going to have cameras. Okay, that's what I'm assuming. They went into this other room, and that's where it was. He said that she was like really getting irate, and James was trying to explain to her that, no, we were looking for you. We were looking for you when it was time for you to come. And she was just like, say I wasn't where I was supposed to be one more time, because she said she was at the spot. And they said, no, everybody was looking for you. Nobody could find you. Now, I seem to be the only one that remembers hearing that supposedly she was up at the front of the venue trying to get somebody in, but nobody is talking about that anymore. But that's still in my mind. But anyway, she said that she was there. They were saying that she wasn't. She was like, say it one more time. James said it one more time. So, that's what happened. She hit him in his face. And it's not funny because this girl is out of control. Even if she was right, they were wrong. There's always ways to handle these kind of things. And part of it is the fact that she's young, but another part of it is also that people have put it in her mind that she is invincible, that she can do all of these things. And, it's a shame though. A lot of people really like Chrisean Rock, and she could use that for good, but she likes to live in this bubble where she is, I think she's addicted to this success, the fame, the notoriety, I should say. It's more notoriety than, famous. I think it's more notoriety. I think that, of course, we know that this is going to be, eventually she's either going to burn out doing the things that she does, or it's just going to get worse and she's going to really get herself into some real trouble, or she's going to just like calm down. That's the option we hoping for, is to calm down, but I don't know, because she just loves to be in the middle, or she seems to always be in the middle of all of the everything. She supposedly got rid of her social media, but we still see her on social media. She ends up on somebody's social media, and it's just, but really, honestly, if nobody is going to press charges, then really we don't need to talk about it no more. Quit talking about the girl. Let the girl go on about her life. All right. If James not going to show his face, okay, we can appreciate that. Really, James is not really the one that's really talking about it anymore. But it's all the other people. James really hasn't really said much, except for that video he did when he was at the dentist's office. But again, he never showed his face. But there's been other people that have been talking and all that. And, now Chrisean is like, fuck Tamar. And, people wanting clout off her. It's just like, it's a mess. Anytime you invite Chrisean Rock to something that you are having, you are asking for the potential of something like this happening. Okay? And I don't know why Tamar didn't know that, because we all know that. We all know that. So, yeah. Y'all let me know what you think about that. That's a lot of talking that I did about that. Let me move on to the next story.
You keep it natural, stay in your bag like you.
All right, you guys, this next story is, I guess, gosh, it feels like follow-up. We've been talking about Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, Jada's new book, Will and Jada's relationship. All of that has been up for discussion in social media these days. And I think that the Pinkett Smith family has just decided that they are going to be the family that everybody always has in their mouth, and they're going to get settled in and comfortable with that, because every time you turn around, it's something about the Smith family. And so it's funny because I never would have thought that Smith legacy would have ended. Well, it hasn't ended. And it's not bad, but I never thought that it would have taken this turn. Okay. Because, the Smiths they were entrenched along with like the Carters and, the Winfrey and there are names that you just hear and you just think that, okay, they are set. And they are still set, but without scandal. I mean, not without scandal. So this newest report actually is an old rumor. I realize many of you rock stars are young and don't realize this, but this has been a rumor that has been around probably since I was young rock star age. When I was a young rock star Rocky running around Los Angeles, there's always been rumor that Will Smith and Dwayne Martin have messed around. It's just been one of those urban, it's just been one of those urban myths that the black community especially has always said. Some people believe it, others don't, but it's been one of those things that folks have always talked about, But nobody really has put too much stock in it. Nobody has tried, obviously, to prove it. Nobody has ever gotten these two together where it seemed like they were seeing each other. We've never seen any type of activity like this or anything. So, you know, many of us just wrote it off as one of those rumors that just came up because there was two guys that were close friends, and maybe we weren't used to seeing things like that, seeing two black guys that really was like, you know, homies, Ace Coons and everything, and maybe folks just automatically put it together that two guys that's friendly and happy and fun and friends with each other, you know, that maybe they have some gay tendency. I don't know. But, yeah, we've heard this for years. Did I believe it? I may have believed it back at one time. Believed. I may have believed it at one time, but not. I don't think that. You know, in my grown Roxanne mind, no, I don't think that. Do I think that Will Smith has had it in him to fuck around with other people? Yes, but not men. I don't think that Will Smith is gay. I do believe that Will Smith loves women though. So, you know, I don't know, but the person in question is Dwayne Martin. We have Brother Bilal, who we actually have heard Will Smith mention his name so many times. I didn't even realize that that's the person that they were talking about until Jada Pinkett Smith went on to the Breakfast Club. But apparently Brother Bilal sat down in a interview with Tasha K and brought up the old claims, but talked about it in a very uncomfortable, like a very descriptive, and, you know, kind of like, you could tell he was trying to be very shocking with it. So, you know, he was just like, oh, you know, he was really giving it to him. He was pounding him. He was bent over. He was, you know, he was really trying to give you the visual of it just to make it look and sound that much more negative. And I just was like, are you really actually sitting down in a formal interview and claiming this as fact? Motherfucker, you must want to get sued. I mean, you must want to get sued. And then to hear that it was this Brother Bilal guy who was the friend of Will Smith that we've heard Will Smith speak about, I just was like, what is going on here? So I didn't believe that story, but I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, you really, this is going to be something. I'm sure this is not going to get dropped. He obviously didn't care and didn't think that was going to just get dropped either. He wanted his moment. Well, he's got it. So now Jada Pinkett Smith went on to the Breakfast Club yesterday, and she was talking about this case, and she said that it was unfortunate that apparently, you know, Brother Bilal and Will were working together on his book. She didn't have the particulars on it, but they were working together with his book. He was doing something with Will Smith. He was a former assistant of Will Smith's. So him and Will had agreed, I guess, on a number or an amount, or they didn't agree. Will wanted to pay him a certain amount. The guy felt like he should have been paid more, wanted a different amount. Will Smith didn't give it to him, so the deal fell through. So now Jada Pinkett Smith said that this is a shakedown because he's salty about the book deal and the shit that was going on there. So now he has resurrected this old rumor, presenting it as a fact on Tasha K's interview. And yes, that she is planning on suing. Okay, her and Will are going to take legal action because it's a ridiculous lie. They have wholeheartedly turned this down. This is the first time that they really have vehemently turned it down. But this is also the first time that somebody has actually came out as this is it. Okay, not saying, oh, you know, they say that Will&Duane, you know, it's different when you really are trying to say that this happened. All right. So, nigga, you either better have some damn proof. You better do something. And I'm talking about it proof down to the fact that I'm talking about you need to have a video camera right there next to them and be able to see it. Because I don't know what other way he going to be able to get out of this. They definitely can sue for defamation of character. At least I feel so. I know my real rock star lawyers. Y'all can jump in on that if you want. But they asked Jada, you know, how was Will taking it? And she says, well, you know, Will is always going to find the funny in something. I think that's one of the reasons why I still do like Will Smith, because he's able to laugh at himself, even with, you know, him being quite the deep, You know, that whole family is deep. When I was listening to Jada Pinkett, child, when she was talking on that Breakfast Club interview, she is talking so slow. My God, slow talking people really, really get on my nerves. It's sort of like, you know how it feels when you sitting on the edge of your seat because you just want the person to hurry up and finish. That's how I feel all the time when I listen to Jada. It's just like, girl, what are you saying? Well, you know, it's really unfortunate that he said that, you know, Will and Dwayne, it's a ridiculous lie, first of all. And I'd be like, girl, we're going to be here all day just trying to, I'm telling you, I had to speed up her book. Her book, her audio book. I had that shit on 2.0, the speed, and it still sounded like her, just her regular voice. She talks so slow. Oh my God. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but yeah. And then yesterday I had to post on my stories. I was cracking up. This is going to be a meme, like Ashley said. But she was walking to her car and she was on the phone and there was a TMZ reporter out there and they was like, Miss Smith, Miss Pinkett Smith, what do you have to say about the accusations against Will and Dwayne from, you know, the guy? And Jada just reaches over and she says, we suing. And she get in the car and I was like, as you should. As you should. Okay, messing with the big dogs now. The Pinkett Smiths, that's big money. Okay, that's all I'm saying. What do you guys think, though? Do you guys believe it? I know that Tisha Campbell has always kind of hinted around it and everything, but I'm going to need Tisha to either say something, either say what it is or be quiet, too. You know, we already know Tisha ain't really wrapped too tight either. All right, that's probably not the politically correct way to saying it, but something is off there, okay? The fact that her father just died and she up here showing his porn collection, certain things is just not for social media. You know, you very well might find your parents' old porn collection, you know, old Playboy magazines they used to whack off to or whatever. Why are you putting that on social media? That's something you were supposed to call your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, uncle, and be like, guess what I found? You know, Papa in here, we thought he was in the bathroom peeing all that time. And that's just for the phone, your calls to your people. That was not for you to put on social media. I mean, and then was just in detail showing the damn the DVDs and all of this. And I was just like, girl, something's wrong with you. I mean, you ain't never 100% been all the way right. Ever since she left Martin, child, she ain't been quite. No, I'll give her my wife and kids. After my wife and kids, the left turn was sharp, child. I don't know, but yeah, I know that she's hinted around and stuff, but her and Dwayne has had a not favorable divorce, you know, so I expect her to be a little salty about that. But at one time, her and Dwayne and Will and Jada, they was all close, you know, so it's just, yeah, I don't want to hear it from her. Either she need to speak up or be quiet. And, but yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this. Do you believe that Will and Dwayne hooked up?
Hey, baby, you a godsend, just missing the sandals. But still, you ain't missing much.
All right, you guys, next story up. This is just I just want to explain to you. We actually are going to commiserate together on this new album that is being dropped from Andre 3000. Okay, Andre 3000, mama named him Andre Benjamin. From the famed, the historic, the legendary group Outkast, right from the down dirty South here in Atlanta. You know, we have been really, really, really waiting on Andre 3000 to give us an album. I think the last Outkast album, was it their double album together? The Love Below and Speaker Box. I believe that was their last album together. And then we haven't really gotten anything from him. Big Boy has gone on to do, you know, other things, solo projects, all kind of stuff with other people and all. But Andre 3000, you know, he moved from the rap genre and he started acting. So then we started seeing him on TV shows and he was doing very, very well. And I was just like, okay, he has moved on to the acting field. But then he dropped off from acting. I think he got bored with that or tired of that, and then we didn't really see him no more. Every now and then we would get a little glimpse of Andre, or somebody would say that, you know, he may be having some music coming and all this, but you know, we just haven't had anything. Now, fast forward 10 years. I was like, dang, it's been 10 years. But yeah, fast forward 10 years. He has now decided that he is going to drop a new album. I'm going to tell you the name of the album. And let me correct myself, because I see in this article here that it has been 17 years since Outkast has dropped an album together. Okay? Their last album was released in 2006. But yeah, this new album actually drops tomorrow. Tomorrow will be today, the day that this video drops, which is November 17th. And it's called New Blue Sun. Now that sounds catchy, right? Sounds like something we can groove to, right? Sounds like something we could put on, you know, when we at the house, you know, just kind of trying to smooth it out, groove it out and all. Andre 3000 is very talented. So we're excited about this. However, you guys, did I mention that there will be no bars on this album? That's right, you guys. As a matter of fact, it is going to be on the album cover that says, warning, no bars. Okay? We can't be no clearer than that, you guys. This is not a rap album. This is not a rap album. Instead, this album that's coming out on Sony Music's Epic Records is co-produced by Andre 3000 and multi-instrumentalist Carlos Nino. He's got a lot of features, a lot of different people that are going to be on there performing with him. And he says that this was his more therapeutic gift to us, if you will. Okay, he's saying that even though he really wanted to do a rap album, and that rap albums are fun, and the whole rap landscape right now seems like it's a good time, and you know, people have sent him beats, and he's heard a lot of music and things. It's just nothing that has really grabbed him in order to go do a rap album. Okay, just nothing. He said he just can't quite get there. But what has pulled his attention is the flute. Okay, now just a couple of weeks ago, I did see a video of somebody catching him out on the street somewhere in Paris, somewhere, I think, over in England, and he was playing his flute. Somebody was just like, hey, Andre 3000. He was just sort of like, hey, you know, it was just like, I was like, oh, what is this? What is this that Andre is going through now, you guys? So yes, because we love Andre, we are super patient, child. We gonna take whatever we take. But yes, this album is all about the flute. All right. And I want to read the track list to you, because I want you to hear the names of his songs. And I'm curious just to find out, like, is this going to be like a jazz flute? You know, like, is it going to be a jazzy album, or is this really truly classical flute music, or is there still going to be some sort of hip hop edge to it? You know, I think we are trying to just really figure out where this is going to go, right? But, yeah, let me get that track list to you. Hold on. Now, the track list is very clever and cute. Maybe once we get through this list, it'll help us kind of pinpoint what the sound is going to be here. So these are the names of the track list. Track number 1 is called I Swear I Really Wanted to Make a Rap Album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. Okay, that's track 1. Track 2 is the slang word pussy rolls off the tongue with far better ease than the proper word vagina. Do you agree? That's song number 2. Number 3 is that night in Hawaii when I turned into a panther and started making these low register purring tones that I couldn't control. Shit was wild. That's track number 3. Track number 4 is Bipolar Disorder's daughter wears a 3000 button down embroidered. That's track 4. Track 5 is 93 Till Infinity and Beyonce. Track 6 is Gandhi, Dalai Lama, Your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy. Number 7 is Ants to You, Gods to Who. And the last is dreams once buried beneath the dungeon floor slowly sprout into undying gardens. Just like, okay, Andre, whatever the fuck, okay? I wish somebody would go and braid the other side of his fucking hair. You don't get out of here with this damn Martin shit. I said, y'all remember that episode when Martin went off to the damn the monastery? I said, this is exactly what Andre is going through. Listen, we love Andre, so we gonna deal with it. I guess, but I was just like, so I'm very curious what this is going to be. Still not sure if it's just music. Just flutes, jazz, classic. Is somebody singing? Is he singing? We know that he also sings to child. We don't know. Lord have mercy. Folks be going through it. I just love the fact that he is unapologetic with his going through. He just like, listen, this where he at, okay? And he realized that that's not what the people want, but he got to do what he got to do for himself. And I can't be nothing but mad. But that's what motherfuckers do when they rich and they hadn't already made it. When you just can just do what you want to do, it's because you already just did what you needed to do, So I'm not mad. Andre's happy with his flute. Fine. Okay. We gonna listen to it tomorrow, y'all. I'm gonna try to pull out something from it. Nigga, I'm gonna be like, what? What'd he say on that part again? Shabu. Get on to that next story.
Hands on my back, just a different touch. Put your ass on my plate, I don't skip the lunch. I don't skip the brunch, not the dinner neither. And we hella close, not a centimeter. Getting in between is all you two turned up. Never turned down.